Let me turn this down. I want to talk about witches. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. This stuff is real. Witches are real. Warlocks, wizards, all of it are real. And how do you avoid, or how do you know when a witch has sent an attack? Well, one reason how you can know that there's an attack that has been sent against you to try to tear you down, try to curse you, or whatever it may be, on the reason why they want to send this attack. But witches do send attacks, and whenever you're dealing with an attack from a witch, how do you know? How do you know when it's an attack from a witch? Well, witches are people who send spells, curses, and all that type of stuff. So when somebody's cursing you or want to try to deliberately send a spell towards you, that's a witch or a witch doctor or whatever you want to call it. People are really operating in this and really doing things like this to try to hurt somebody, to try to kill somebody, try to mess somebody up. And when you're dealing with something like that, for example, let me give you an example just so you can know what I'm talking about when you are dealing with a witch attack or someone who wants to send out a curse against you. They'll say something like, oh, that person ain't gonna make it, or she's not gonna make it, he's not gonna make it, and then the next thing you know, they will say something stupid and crazy like, and I'm sure y'all have heard people talk this way. I have. And I never understood it until I turned my life over to the Lord and I found out. So, well, wait a minute. All this time, you mean to tell me that people have literally been around people that are witches and stuff like that? Because you have to understand it in the spiritual realm. It's more deeper than in the natural realm. You have to understand the spirituality of things that's going on. But long story short, they will say something like, I want them to do good. I want them to do good. I want them to have this. I want them to have that. But, and it's always a but behind it. So then you're like, well, wait a minute. Why do you have to keep saying a but? But you remember what they did last time. Maybe this stuff is coming back on them. Maybe they deserve it. Wait a minute. Don't nobody deserve anything that happens to them that comes from the enemy. Plain and simple. So when you hear somebody talk like that, that's an attack, that's a curse, that's a spell they're sending out, and they're releasing it in the atmosphere towards you. Witches. It was so serious with me, y'all, to where when I converted my life over to the Lord and I began to understand more in the spiritual realm things that were happening, it would get to the point to where I would literally see witches in the spirit. The Lord would show me that witch in the spirit. The Bible even says, suffer a witch not to live. Not to live. The witch must die. They're tapping into something illegally. Okay? Psychics. They're witches. They're tapping into something illegally. Why do you think every time you go into a psychic or go get a reading, they have to cut the lights off? It's dark in there, and they acting like they're talking to the dead and all of this? They're doing things illegally. If the Lord has not sent them, okay, which the Lord is not going to send a witch. He has prophets. There's a difference between prophets and witches. People get it mixed up. So, oh, it's the same. No, it's not the same. Because prophets use their gifts for the glory of God, and witches use their gifts for darkness, for the enemy.